everyone, and welcome to Homeschool and Chill, the YouTube channel that seeks to alleviate your stress and anxiety about homeschooling. My name is Corinne, and if you're not already subscribed to the channel, go ahead and subscribe right now so you can be notified every time that I post a new video. Okay, everyone, I know it's been a super long time since our last video. I think our last one was our Christmas video. So that was a really long time ago. But anyway, it is a brand new school year, and with a new school year brings new change. And that's what this video is all about today. It's about changes that we want to make moving forward into our new school year. So I'm going to share some of those details with you and hopefully inspire you to make some changes for the better in your school year. So without further ado, new school year, new changes. Okay, so everyone, I'm going to go ahead and get started and tell you some of the things that I want to change in our homeschool. One of the things that came to my attention with this entire pandemic that's been going on and with us being kind of shut up in the house and not getting out and not being quite as active is that we need to bring a healthier lifestyle and healthier eating habits into our homeschool life. Because we haven't really been out and about and doing much. We've just kind of been, spending some of our spare time just lazing around and eating. I gained a bunch of weight. My husband gained some weight, and our kids even picked up a little bit of weight. And so we always have to remember when we're homeschooling that we're not just teaching our children reading, writing, and arithmetic, but we are trying to educate their entire selves. So we want to make sure that our children are also healthy and learning healthy habits so that they can grow up to be healthy adults. So those are some of the changes that I've been wanting to make in our homeschool, not to just focus on the academics, but also focus on our physical wellness as well. So we've been trying to incorporate more fruits and vegetables into our diet. We've been trying to, reduce our portion sizes, not eat out so much, and making sure that we exercise. I know those are things that I want to do for myself to get some of this quarantine weight off. And so my girls have kind of been just mimicking some of the things that I've been doing. I don't necessarily go to a gym or lift weights or anything, but one thing that I really enjoy doing is Zumba. And I don't even go anywhere to do that. I go on YouTube, and there are free videos on YouTube that you can just dance along with. I watch a channel called Mundo, Guyi, and I'll have that link here in case you want to check out some of his videos. He has some Zumba videos, and even he has some of his original music that he's created himself up there. But I have a lot of fun doing that. The songs that he chooses are usually really fun. They're, Latino songs, and I really enjoy a lot of those. And learning some, Latino dance steps like bachata, merengue, cha-cha, salsa dancing, all those different types of things. I'm starting to learn some of those steps, and the girls pretty much have fun dancing along with me too. And so that's been getting them active as well. The next thing that I want to change in our homeschool routine is that I want to incorporate more fun. I don't think that our homeschool experience is boring, but I do think I've been kind of neglecting some of the things that children look forward to doing every day. We need to do more coloring, more crafts, all those things like that. And not just the things that have to do with a certain lesson that I've planned, but just allowing some time for creativity and allowing them to kind of burn off some steam and not just feel like they have to complete their work and that they only really get to color or draw or things if a lesson requires them to. So I want to incorporate more of that because I know, sometimes we just need to do things just for the sake of novelty, just for fun, just for, finding something to do with ourselves besides just what is required of us. Even adults, we get kind of run down or burnt out when we're only doing the things that we have to do. And so definitely for children, when you're in a phase of your life when fun is everything, you don't want to just focus your school day on just everything that you really need to learn, but just taking time to do things just because, we have to enjoy this life that we live. So yeah, let's spend more time making some crafts. Let's spend more time coloring some pictures and listening to fun songs and dancing and singing, all those different things. So this might be something that will inspire some of my viewers, and some of you it may not inspire you so much. But one thing that I am wanting to, kick it up a notch in our homeschooling is making our homeschool more Afrocentric. I made a video a while back that was telling you guys about Afrocentric homeschooling and some things that I have done to make our homeschool more Afrocentric. But I feel like now that I've gotten through the beginning phases that I want to kick it up a notch. And so in that past video, I told you some basic things that you can do to get started with creating an Afrocentric homeschool environment. But those are beginner things, and I don't want to be a beginner forever. So I want to really make it where it's not that, oh, I'm still just trying to figure this thing out, but I want to really make that this is part of our homeschool culture. Because every school has a type of culture. When you go into any elementary school or middle school or high school, any successful school has a certain culture that they say, we care, we're there for each other, we're a team, we're a family, or there's some kind of underlying culture that a school has. And there's even some underlying cultures that aren't talked about quite as much as they should be, but even as far as culture, heritage, race, and things, they play a part in a school's culture, where you may notice that some cultures are represented more than others throughout the curriculum and things. And so when you're homeschooling, you get to create the culture of the school that you are providing for your children at home. And so being that we are Black, there is no reason for us to have a Eurocentric education here. We need an Afrocentric education because we need to make sure that we teach our children how to be confident and strong and proud of who they are and how to function out in this world being their true selves and not feeling that they have to adjust or become something that they're not just to survive out there in the world. So those are things that I want to work on. I've already talked about like just making sure that we have books that represent who they are, making sure that we are studying Black history year round and not just 1 month of the year, just being proud of our heritage and who we are. But I really want to do that even more than we have been, if that's possible, just to do it even more, to make sure our curriculum reflects who we are even more. And even I don't know how soon I'll get to it because I am a decorator and I like to decorate all parts of my house, but I also want to redecorate our homeschool classroom so it can really reflect our culture. So it doesn't just look like a typical classroom that you would see in a public school, but so that it can be just blackety black, so that when our girls walk into our school to learn, they're just proud of who they are. I want there to be a Pan-African flag. I want there to be maps of Africa. I want there to be pictures of, Black leaders, that all these sort of things that they would not necessarily get in a public school classroom, because that's the whole point of homeschooling. I'm giving them something that they wouldn't be getting in a mainstream classroom. So another thing that I want to make sure that I do more this school year is have field trips. When COVID came along, it just kind of ruined all of the plans that we had as far as field trips. Before COVID came, it was wintertime, and I was like, I didn't feel like going anywhere. I didn't feel like doing anything. And I was like, once it warms up, we're going to do all the things. We're going to do all the trips. We're going to go to the beach. We're going to go to the aquarium. We're going to go to the zoo. We're going to go to all these different museums. And then right before it started to warm up, COVID hit, and we've just been inside. And even when things kind of relaxed again, when the world was open again, we were just kind of in this routine of just being in the house all the time. And I think all of us are sick and tired of being in the house. The children are sick and tired of being in the house. I'm sick and tired of being in the house. We're just kind of tired of looking at just each other. And so, I want to get that back started, because before COVID hit and before, the winter season, just before COVID, we were very busy. My oldest was taking dance. All of my girls were doing cheerleading. We would go to the library every week. We were involved doing things in church and everything. So there was pretty much somewhere to go every single day where we weren't just in these four walls. And then once COVID came, we got in this routine that we are always in these four walls. So, we do have to be safe. We do have to make sure we wash hands and socially distance and wear our masks and do all those sort of things. But I do want to get these girls back out of the house again, back into some other activities, and just have some field trips and learn in ways that are not just us sitting in this house, or, just the four of us, just me and my three girls doing stuff here. I'm tired of being here. I'm tired. Okay. And another thing that I want to really make sure that I do in our homeschool from now on is getting daddy involved. Now, I know that overall, it's mostly the moms who handle homeschooling. There might be some dads out there that are holding it down, and, more power to you. But for the most part, it's usually mom's responsibility, just because even though we are a progressive, changing world, for the most part, dads are still the ones who go to work, and moms are the ones who are at home whenever a family can be able to have one parent be at home. And so, that's pretty much how we are. My husband, he is the primary breadwinner. And even though I work from home. So I'm home with the children and I homeschool. So even though that's the case, I do want to get my husband more involved because he is a firefighter. And if you know anything about firefighter schedules, firefighters, they work 24-hour shifts usually. Some, depending on the station, sometimes they stay more than 24 hours. But typically they are at the station for an entire 24 hours on call, and then they get more days off because they've worked an entire 24-hour shift. And so, my husband has quite a few days that he's off because of the rotating schedule that he has. And so I do want to get him more involved because I noticed, like, me and the girls, we will go in our homeschool classroom and we're just in there and he's just kind of doing his own thing, So I do want to make it more a family affair where they can see that he can teach them too. And, even though I'm really big on representation and showing them that, all the things that a woman can do, I want to be that example for them. But I also want them to be able to see a man playing a role in their lives, even when it comes to their education. I want them to see, oh yeah, men can teach too. Daddy can teach me different things too. And so I want to inspire you guys to do this because this can help you so much with your homeschooling as well. Because I know that even though we've taken the responsibility of being our children's educator, there's just some subjects we don't enjoy teaching. There's just some aspects of teaching that we don't like to do. And in my case, I'm not very outdoorsy. I'm just not. I'll go for a walk every now and then, or I'll go outside and get some fresh air and stuff. I like to go places. But like, if there's not a real purpose of me being outside, I don't want to be out there. The air conditioning is not out there, But I do know what is out there. Like, mosquitoes are out there, and all other kind of bugs, and hot sunshine and sweat is out there, and those are not my favorite things. I'm sorry, like, I'm just not that person. So those are things that you can think about, whether it's just that you're not an outdoorsy person, or if there's just certain subjects that you don't feel are your best subjects, then that's when you can bring your significant other in and get him involved. So for example, I am the teacher. Out of the two of us, I am the teacher type. I can find ways of taking whatever information that there is and just translating it into a way that my children can understand. But I don't like to be outside. So if there's a science lesson, for example, if we're learning about insects or something, or plants, then I can do the book work. We can read whatever story we're going to read. We can learn whatever terms and words we need to learn. We can do a Venn diagram and compare and contrast things. We can do all of that in the house. But if they want hands-on experience, like actually going outside and collecting leaves and observing plants or insects and stuff like that, that is something that Dad can definitely do. He doesn't mind being outside. And since he doesn't care so much about the worksheets and all that kind of stuff, then that would be perfect for him to just have fun, do something low-key, go take the girls outside and go collect some leaves and talk about them and all that kind of stuff. So those are different ways that you can get Dad involved, and it can free up some of your time, and it can make it more fun for you because you're just doing the parts that you do best, and he can do the parts that he does best. And then in the end, your children get the best because they're getting everything that they need, not what you can do and what you do not so well, or what he can do and what he can't do so well. They're only getting the best. They're getting the best from you. They're getting the best from him. So they're getting the best education that they can. And that's what homeschooling is all about. There you have it. So one more thing that I want to do differently this school year too is to do better with these videos, because I was really doing good in the beginning. I was just like putting these videos out there for you guys, giving you this content, but then things kind of fell off, I don't know what it is, but at the very beginning of the year, when winter is just like, I'm over it being wintertime, I just get tired, So my last video was at Christmas, and, once January came, I was just done. Like, the Christmas season kind of wore me out. My 4-year-old broke her arm right before Christmas time too. Like, it was just a lot that was going on, and I was just trying to force myself to keep on homeschooling because I was tired, and I was like, when is the sun going to come back out? Because all of this, like the sky being gray every day and it just being cold, I'm tired of it. I'm sick of it. So I kind of got out of the habit of making videos, and then like I just didn't get back into the groove, but I'm back now. I'm back now, and I do want to make sure that I make more videos for you guys, and not just videos of me sitting here in the office and talking to you, but I want to make more videos where you can actually see what homeschooling is like. I'm stuttering all over the place. But so that you guys can see what homeschooling is like on a day-to-day basis. Most of you already kind of know, but if you're new to homeschooling, I want you to actually see what we do in our homeschool, what it's like, what kind of mistakes that I make, so you can see that, I'm not perfect, but I'm killing this thing. And so you can be just as flawed and imperfect as you want to be, and that you can kill it too. So I'm going to do that more, less videos here in the office and more videos in the classroom, more videos on field trips and all of that, so that you guys can get to experience all of our homeschool journey along with us. Okay, so I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, I hope that you like, share, and subscribe. But most of all, love yourselves. Bye, loves.